Spanish scientists think they found a way to combat child endangerment in chat rooms with a new program they call Negobot, which is essentially a virtual Lolita. It kind of works out like a game where the program sits in a chat room purporting to itself to be, let's say, a 14-year-old girl, and not really directly engaging whoever could be wanting to be with the Lolita, but talking and keeping the conversation going long enough that they would be able to collect incriminating chat logs.
Okay.
You look so uncomfortable right now.
Let me just preface this by saying I can't have any skepticism about this without seeming like I'm pro-child molestation, which I'm not. I can't stress that enough. I think we should protect the children. I have some issues with this.
Okay. Well, okay, it's a little bit different than previous programs that they didn't think were realistic enough to simulate a young teenage girl, maybe a boy in some instances. They've put in purposeful misspellings, slang, trying to recreate how an actual person would talk, and they say it's much more realistic than previous incarnations that seemed like talking to Cleverbot or some kind of robot.
It's just whenever you take human beings out of the equation that can think logically and interpret sarcasm and irony and nuance,
yeah, that's
and you
the
put
problem.
a robot in there, you're going to get false positives. I mean, for example, to take a line right out of here, to achieve this goal, Negobot escalates the conversation to levels of explicitness and intimacy where deemed appropriate. So, I mean, they're putting this robot in a chat room to pose as an underage girl, and the robot makes things steamy.
Well, they have to be engaged by the person. Maybe they could be suggestive. I wish I could tell you exactly what these chat logs look like, but I can't because it's not released to the public yet.
I just envision...
Well, this kind of goes back to the problem that people had with To Catch a Predator, which was, on one side, people were like, well, you said these things, you did these things. The other side said, well, this is entrapment.
Yeah, like I could just imagine some guy with little to no social skills who goes to find some form of human connection on a chat room. You know, it's not illegal to talk to children online. And then all of a sudden this robot posing as someone who's young raises the level of intimacy that maybe wasn't warranted. And now we're trapping this guy.
Well, you can always say no. You could say, no, I'm not interested in blah, 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 blah with you, 12-year-old girl.
But that's part of the allure of the internet, is that there's a level of anonymity and you can step outside your comfort zones with usually no repercussions. And I understand what this program is for. And I think it does, the organization is doing a great thing, protecting the children's. There were 550 convictions since 2004, and that's great. Is, you know, getting these people...
Was it from them or was it from Perverted Justice?
No, just the program, Perverted Justice.
Okay,
right.
That's different. That actually has people. Sort of kind of like what I used to do.
You used to do this?
No, I didn't entrap anyone, or I didn't even bait anyone. I didn't purport to be a teenage girl. My first job was working in AOL teen chat rooms.
But you were a teenage girl.
Well, I was 18, but I was legally an adult. And my job was not to say, hey, what's up, I'm 12. My job was to say, hey, 12-year-olds, don't give out your personal info or your address or your phone number. There could be adults in here, you don't know, and that's a really bad idea. Anyone could be anyone on the internet. Please be careful. That was my only job to do, also to stop profanity, but I don't actually care if kids swear, so I let that one slide. Sorry. And I feel like nobody really listened to us because the kids would be like, screw you, teen host, I'll do what I want.
And they all type in their passwords and social security numbers.
Yeah.
Fuck you, lady.
Fine, okay? I think, I tried so hard, but kids didn't care. And, well, that's another way of going about this. Mine was more of a straightforward way, like, hey, don't make yourself a victim. This one, like you said, may be verging on entrapment.
That's the vibe I get from it. And I know I can't take a hard line against this. Obviously, their heart is in the right place. I'm just worried about what other fish get caught in the net.
It's hard for me to say what exactly it is, because it is fine lines. There are nuances to human speech and flirtation and sarcasm. I think they had mentioned that this program isn't exactly ready because it's not able to detect sarcasm or any kind of subtle changes in mood, which people can do. So I don't know what they're going to do with these logs. They could very well, like you said, go to task, lay out convictions for maybe slightly more innocent. I don't know how to phrase this. Or they could just maybe be keeping them for add it to a pile of evidence. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with it.
The other thing is, you'd think that they'd want this program to be kind of under wraps if they're going to utilize it, right?
Maybe this is your final warning.
Maybe. They're not showing too much of their hand?
They're showing a little of their hand. They said it's not out yet. Maybe it is out.
There you go.
I don't know.
That's it right there.
I think it's kind of interesting. I mean, at least we're working on better and better chatbots.
Yeah, great.
And the programming behind that. I mean, we still don't understand sarcasm, but I don't even understand sarcasm a lot of the time through text.
She doesn't.
No.
Gets weird.